Fast track will be a very dangerous path. It's better to walk on the word track. Jesus records in John 17 verse 3, Jesus says this is life eternal, that they might know thee the only true God. It says that Jesus Christ whom thou hast sent. He calls it life eternal. And that life eternal is also eternal life. You know, I tell people, in following God's plan for your life, you know, the day a child is born into this world, into this wicked world, and the child comes into this wicked world, from that day the child is headed toward the throne. Until the child meets Jesus, or meets salvation. Then there's a turnaround, there's a change of order. The Bible records in John 3:16, which you all know. The Bible said, for God so loved the world. The Bible did not say for God loved the world. He said for God so loved the world. He didn't say for God loved the world. He said God so loved the world. And he wasn't talking about the system of the world. He was talking of the word of mankind. Mankind. You, the creations of God. He wasn't talking about the system of the word or the way of the word. What's in the word? 1 John 2:15. The lust of the eye, the lust of the flesh, the pride of life. Those are the systems of the word. But that's not what God loves. What God loves was the word of mankind. Because man came from God. Man was a proceed of God. Man was created in the image and the likeness of God. We were created exactly like God, not different from God, exactly like God. Bible affirms that in Genesis 1:26. The Bible says, for the Bible says, for God said, let us create man in our own image. Man was created in his own image and after his likeness. We were created in the image of God. We were not formed in the image of God. We were created in the image of God. And you know, the man that God created and the one that was formed were two different. The body was formed from the dust of the ground, Genesis 2:7. The Bible said, and God breathed into that body that was formed from the dust of the ground. That's the one that goes back into the dust. Man essentially is a spirit because God is a spirit. John 4:24 proves that. The Bible says God is spirit, or God is a spirit. Say, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. That was when Jesus was talking to the Samaritan woman at the well. And Samaritans were half-breed Jews. While Jesus was talking to the woman, Jesus said, a day will come where we will not need to go back to Jerusalem to worship. Men still go to Jerusalem right now, to Israel right now. Remember last year was 70 years of the consummation, of the formation of the state of Israel. And headquarters was moved last year. But we don't always need to go to Jerusalem to worship. That was what Jesus was telling the woman. He said, because God is a spirit. He is everywhere. While Jews, several years ago, thousands of years ago, while Jews were growing up, because at that time the presence was shut up in Jerusalem, in the temple in Jerusalem, the temple that was built in Jerusalem, they would require every Jew in those times, every Jew from 30 and above, to come once to Jerusalem to worship, to appear before the presence. But right now, we don't have to always go to Jerusalem. The presence is no more in that temple. Amen. Amen. The presence left the temple already. The presence of God is in our hearts right now. It's in us right now. That's why they said, God with us. Amen. Amen. I said, amen. Amen. I said,